I had to
See,
school them because I told them, I'm
yours is
like, man, y'all
different.
gonna have some dudes like me that's gonna come up on y'all. So let me just put y'all up on. Some shit y'all gonna have to learn on your own, but let me give y'all a general,
Y'all
lay
got
of the land. And now they be like, little boys be like, you fine. They be like, I know.
Right.
because somebody they been telling them they pretty their whole life, so
You dig it?
it's not a shocking thing when another man shows them some attention or
Yeah.
admiration. Now they not just so gone like, oh my god, like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
nah,
But y'all got
they
cursed though.
smooth.
Y'all got the little girls and well, young women now, whatever. And like, I'm glad I don't get that headache or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
It's like I was watching Insecure the other day, and the dude just had a newborn daughter, and he was like,
okay,
man, I can't believe it. He was like, how is it having a daughter? He was like, man, it's fucked up. He was like, why? He was like, man, just to think in a few years, some little boy gonna be trying to finger fuck my daughter. And it's like,
facts though, like those are real facts.
and I'm sitting there watching it like, okay, somebody get it, but like,
How do
that's
you
why
wrap
I'm
your mind
like,
around that as a dad though? Like
man, you jump,
that's what both of you
uh,
are. Like, how do you wrap your mind around that though? Like, what? Like, you know what time it is when he say, let's go to the movies, to the 10 o'clock show. You know what time it is. Like, you feel me?
Well, I've been fortunate because we've been able to contain my daughter because we've been overprotective on accident. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that
yeah,
when I was in Michigan and I had my school, I mean, these kids rolling like the president. I mean, they get dropped off at the school at the front door. I leave, I
hmm
go up to the school, and then when my mama was obviously here, she would pick them up from school. So I mean, literally, it was from home to school, from school to the karate school, in which they were there the whole day in a controlled environment. And then at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, when mom got off work, she came there, did some work at the school. They would get in the car and they would take it home. It's like Secret Service type of stuff. Like they never interacted really with outside of either the parameters of the actual school or the karate school. And then on weekends we was together either at tournaments or we spent time together as a family. And it was just kind of that cohesive unit. And she was always in trouble anyway on punishment. She never really had, her cell phone was always getting taken away from her. So so it was anything that revolved around and dealt with her was for the most part innocent. Once we moved out here, there was a tremendous amount more freedom, and then I was able to actually start to see her character because it's easy to look like that you're a certain type of individual when you have all of this structure and these guidelines. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's like, oh, I have a good kid, I have a good wife, I have a good husband, I have a good boyfriend, girlfriend. Yeah, because everything is even like in jail. Like, oh, these prisoners, they seem like they align with one another because they have all these rules and structure. But
I got a choice.
the minute anything lapses, you get an opportunity to really see a person's character. And once we moved out here, it was different because I didn't have the school. You know what I mean? I was teaching at places, but I didn't have my own spot. So not having my own spot meant I didn't have a place for them to go and be at where I'm doing homework with them, where I'm watching them the whole day, where they're participating in classes, where they're around other positive individuals. So she started to get an opportunity to choose her own group of friends. And these individuals were not the best group of people. And they were around her because she has a leadership type of characteristic or quality. You know what I mean? But she also has some of that darkness in her as well. You know what I mean? So it was a good blend for these people. So they were able to hang with her, and she started getting, in a lot more trouble than she probably would have gotten into before. But maybe she would have always gotten into trouble, but I wouldn't have known because she was always in a structured and controlled environment.